What's up my friends, my name is Forge and welcome to our brand new video. So today we're going to be looking at a Minecraft Bedrock add-on which is called Beyond the Underground by HauntKit. This add-on is aiming to expand your underground experience by adding some brand new biomes to your game. While the 1.18 update changed the games a lot, we only got 2 new biomes in the mix. But with this add-on, you now have the introduction of 3 new biomes and there'll be more added later down the road. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first biome, which is called the Luminous Caverns. The Luminous Caverns, you can find them under mushroom biomes, and they are very peaceful, which means that there are no hostile monsters. So if you wanted to come down here and set up your base, then this is probably going to be the best cave to do so, because you won't run into any zombies, you won't have any skeletons, because it is strictly underneath a mushroom island. And there's actually 2 variants. There is the standard variant, but there's also these bigger variants, which are honestly one of my favorite ones. I don't know why Minecraft don't have mushrooms like this. But there's also a third variant, but it cannot be bone mealed. The other 2 can be bone mealed and grown up. It's called the fungus. Actually, it's called the mysterious fungus. Yeah, it's very mysterious. Kind of think that there should be a grown up variant of this, but maybe in the future that could come, as this does look like it would be a very interesting mushroom. When you collect up these mushrooms, you can use them to make 2 new types of stew. You got the luminous stew and the mysterious stew. For the luminous stew, you're going to need to get yourself 1 luminous mushroom, 1 gloomy mushroom, and 1 bowl. Then you'll get the stew as the outcome. Whenever you drink it up, then it'll give you some night vision. So if you want to be able to see underneath the caves a lot better, then this is the stew that you need to craft. The crafting recipe can be in any order that you want. But when it comes to the mysterious stew, you're going to need to do it in this exact order on this side of the crafting grid. You're going to need 1 luminous mushroom, 1 gloomy mushroom, 1 brown mushroom, 1 red mushroom, and 1 mysterious fungus. Then you'll get the stew as the outcome. Now do not get this confused with the suspicious stew. In Minecraft today, when you're crafting up a mushroom stew, then you put a flower in that recipe, then you'll get yourself the suspicious stew as an outcome. And depending on the flower that you crafted it with, it will give you a different effect. Like for example, I put in a poppy in the recipe. So when I drink this up, then it will give us the night vision effect. You can also feed a brown mushroom mini flower, then when you milk it with a bowl, then you get the suspicious stew as well. For the mysterious stew, this acts kind of like that, but not exactly the same. When I drink this up, this will give us a random effect every time we drink it. So it's kind of like a lucky stew if you think about it that way. So if I drink it again, then this time we get ourselves a jump boost. You just never know what kind of effect you're going to get. Like now we got ourselves water breathing. If I drink it again, what are we going to get? We got ourselves fire resistance and we got hunger. So not only is there good effects, but you can also get bad effects as well. There's also another new type of vine introduced. It's called the radiant vines. Now these do remind me a lot of the warped vines or the twisted vines, wherever they're called. Like they really do remind me of that. Even though they look like they have thorns, if you run into there, it's not going to hurt you whatsoever. So maybe in the future that's something that HauntKit could look into. Like this was one of my biggest complaints when I looked at the add-on previously. This looks like it should be able to hurt you, but when you go through it, it doesn't hurt you. Next up is a new type of armor, which is called Luminite. Now for Luminite, you can find this ore pretty much anywhere inside this biome, and they come in 2 variants. They come in Deep Slate and the regular variant. And once you go ahead and mine this up, you'll get yourself Luminite shards. Go ahead and surround 1 diamond with 8 Luminite shards, and then you'll get 1 Luminite gem. And you'll use that gem to make your armor and your tools. These are not any better than netherite. They're pretty much the same. So if you take a look at this, we have the durabilities right on top, and we have the attack damage and protection values. And so if you look at the attack damage and protection, they pretty much do the exact same. Then for the durabilities, all the tools have 2337 durability, and for the armor, the helmet does 445, the chest plate does 646, leggings 605, and boots 525. So the only main reason to get this new armor is just to have better durability. But speaking of the armor, it does actually look really good, and I like it very much. I mean, look at that. We look like a king. Next up, we have a new type of mushroom. Can't have a mushroom biome without introducing everyone's favorite cow, the creepy looking cow, the mushroom. I mean, just look at those eyes. There's also another new mob called the Shroom Elf. The Shroom Elf has 4 hearts of health. He can spawn in groups up to 4 to 8, and he eats luminous mushrooms. So if you do have some luminous mushrooms, then you can use that to go ahead and breed 2 of these together and get yourself a baby one. We got one Shroom Elf there, another one there. Let's grab our mushrooms and let's see this little baby Shroom Elf. Oh, I was expecting him to be a lot smaller. I was expecting him to be this size. And if you do end up killing them, then they will drop some luminous mushrooms. They will also run away from the player, but they can be lured with the luminous mushrooms. This is definitely a really cool biome, and I think that there should be something like this in Minecraft. And I think that's a missed opportunity in the 1.18 update. Our next cave is the Limestone Caves, which are found exclusively underneath deserts, and also have a thick yellow fog. And when I think of the 1.18 update, this is the kind of biome I can picture coming to the game. Because if you're underneath the desert, there should be a sandy cave that you can find while digging underneath deserts. And the further down you go, that is when you'll eventually hit stone, and then you'll eventually hit deep slate. Like, this would be a really cool, interesting biome just to change things up a bit. This entire new biome is made up of a new block which is called limestone, and you can also find cobbled limestone as well. There's also a new type of bricks for limestone. There is chiseled limestone, mossy limestone bricks, cracked limestone bricks, and regular limestone bricks. And so in order to get those, just get yourself some regular limestone, put that right to a stone cutter, then you can make yourself all these new blocks. And there's even some slabs as well. You can also find pebbles around the area as well. These pebbles can be placed anywhere that you want, and they come in different sizes and shapes. And there's actually 2 types of pebbles. There is limestone pebbles, which you get by putting limestone into a stone cutter. But if you put cobbled limestone into a stone cutter, you can get yourself the cobbled variant. If you look around for a little bit in these biomes, you might find yourself some ruins. And I'm not sure what other variants you can find other ruins. You can also find quicksand around the land. You can also find quicksand generating in the biome as well. And if you walk into it, then it will start making you sink, which is not very good. The ceiling is made up of limestone and sandstone, but you can also find hanging roots. Scattered around the floor, you can also find a new type of layer, which is called sand layers. You can also craft the sand layers by using 3 sand in a row, then you'll get 6 sand layers. And when you dig those up, then they will drop some sand balls. Unfortunately, you cannot throw these sand balls, which I think would actually be really cool of a mechanic. Like, just imagine throwing sand clumps at your friend's face. And yeah, these are actually called lumps of sand, not sand clumps or sand balls. These sand layers, they can be stacked as well. If you get 4 lumps of sand, then you can turn that back to a full block. Next up, we have a brand new mob that you can find down inside these caves, and it is called the Scorpion. The Scorpion can spawn up to groups of 2 to 4. They have 16 health or 8 hearts, and they drop raw scorpion or even cooked scorpion if they die in fire or lava. And this is what the scorpions look like. They will attack the player. When they do, they will give you the poison effect. So you have to be very, very careful. So if you have like multiple of these chasing after you, it's going to get very dangerous very, very quickly. The raw scorpion item will give you 1 hunger point back or 0.5 bars. But it will also give you nausea 3 for 8 seconds, hunger 3 for 10 seconds, and fatal poison 2 for 10 seconds. The cooked variant will give you 5 hunger points back and 0.5 bars. If you brew a raw scorpion with some awkward potions, then you can create a new potion which is called the fatal poison potion. It is not your regular poison. You drink this up, you get it for about like a minute 30 seconds, but once you get all the way down, then it will end up killing you. So it's not a very good potion. If you brew it with redstone, then you'll get an even stronger potion, but if you combine it with glowstone, then you'll get an even longer potion. You can also find a brand new dungeon, which is the Limestone Dungeon. Here you can find yourself some husk spawners, but around the center, you can also find some new loot. You can find a bunch of raw iron, sometimes some diamonds, you can find some raw scorpions, and a few other goodies. And I also seem to have broken the game. If you guys are enjoying this video and you want to see more add-ons, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I do add-on showcases all the time. And with that, let's go ahead and talk about the next biome, which is called the Ice Caves. This is a biome I wish was in the game. I mean, this just looks so cool. With all the icicles hanging from the ceiling, with all the new ice around the area. Like, it just looks like a biome that should have already been added to the game. If you want to find this biome, you need to be under a frozen biome, which are the biomes that are covered with snow. And ice can be found everywhere, including dripping icicles and ice crystals. And when you break these ice crystals, then they will drop the ice shards. If you get 4 ice shards, you can combine them into a new block called crystallized ice. This is a pretty cool looking block. You can also make some brand new blocks out of packed ice, such as packed ice bricks, and chiseled packed ice, and even packed ice brick slabs. Put some packed ice into a stone cutter, then you can make yourself to one of those 3 blocks. Inside this biome, you can also find a new stone type, which is called frosted stone. But if you go even further around deep slate level, then that will turn into frosted deep slate. But as you go around, you'll still find some regular stone mixed in. But looking at the frosted stone, it just works so well in this biome. There's also pebbles you can find around as well. And to get these pebbles, just go ahead and place in frosted stone, and you can make the frosted pebbles. Or if you want the deep slate version, put in frosted deep slate, then you get frosted deep slate pebbles. Next up, we have a brand new potion called the frozen potion. Now, this probably is going to be pretty hard to drink since it's frozen, but if you do manage to drink it, and now we got ourselves slowness, we cannot move at all. We're literally frozen in place. And to make matters worse, we got mining fatigue. The only way that you can really move is jump around. So we literally cannot move our legs. The only thing that we can do is just jump, jump, jump. Okay, the potion wore off. To get this potion, you just have to brew some ice crystals with some awkward potions, then you get this potion as the outcome. If you brew it again with glowstone, then you can make it last even longer. The default one will last for about 20 seconds, but the extended one will have 40 seconds. And there's also a new structure way down inside these caves, which are called Lost Explorer Camps. They'll generate anywhere between Y-30 and Y20, and these will trade you materials that are from the surface for things found underground. This is basically what the camp is going to look like. I went ahead and added the emerald. The emerald does not generate with the structure. The camps will generate with 1 yellow bed, 1 ice crystal. They have a smithing table, a stone cutter, a briefcase, and we even got a campfire. All they have to do is interact with this briefcase with an emerald, then you will summon the Lost Explorer. And you can only do it 1 time. Once he is summoned, it's going to tell you that you have already summoned a Lost Explorer. He will trade underground stuff for stuff found on the surface. It's completely randomized. So every time you place down a new one, it will give you different items, and you need to trade them with different items. Now let's say you want to use the suitcase for your own builds, and you don't want to go out to find another one. Well, you can simply craft it by using 1 copper ingot, and then 6 leather, and then you get yourself your suitcase. Once you place it down, this will not summon a Lost Explorer. So if you thought you could just place down the suitcase to get a free Explorer, well, you're sadly mistaken. So I interact and it says you already summoned a Lost Explorer with the suitcase. So this is only going to be for decoration and decoration only. And that's basically it for the Lost Explorer. And it's now time to look at a very cute mob, which is penguins. Yes, we have penguins inside the add-on. Now penguins, they will spawn in groups of 3 to 5 on the surface, but if you're underground, they can spawn in groups of 2 to 4. They have 10 HP or 5 hearts, and penguins will spawn in ice caves or on the surface of frozen biomes. They just look really cute, they're adorable, and I just want to hug one. And finally, we're on to the final biome, which is called the Slimy Sewers. Now this is a biome that is exclusively under swamps, so as long as you're under a swamp, you'll find one of these big new caves. But there's also going to be a thick green fog that you'll see in the distance. It definitely gives off that very ominous feeling, but more importantly, it feels like the cave is filled with poisonous gas. Throughout the cave, you'll find that the stone has been replaced with slimy stone, but if you go even further down, then you'll find slimy deep slate. And on top of all the stone, you'll find yourself this layer of slime. And the slime will work exactly like snow layers, and just like the sand layers that we saw earlier. They have a chance of dropping slime parts. You can craft them by using 3 slime blocks. As I mentioned, when you break them, you will get some slime parts. And whenever you get 4 of them, then put them inside of a crafting grid, and you'll get 1 slime ball back. Throughout the cave, you'll also find new plant life, such as slimy sprouts and slime blossoms. They look very interesting and a pretty cool looking plant. Up on the ceiling, there's also going to be slimy spikes. And don't you worry, whenever you break them, they will not come toppling down. Slimy stone and deep slate can be turned into some brand new blocks. So you can make slimy bricks. If you put those slimy bricks into a furnace, you'll get cracked slimy bricks. And you can also get some slabs. Then for deep slate, there's deep slate bricks, cracked deep slate bricks, and deep slate slabs. And right in the middle, we have the deep slate tiles, cracked deep slate tiles, and deep slate slabs. And to get those, you just need slimy stone and slimy deep slate. Put those into a stone cutter, then you can make yourself those brand new blocks. There's another lantern that you can craft. So what you need to do is get 4 ardent slime balls, and to get those are going to be dropped from a new mob, which is called the slimy zombie. We'll get onto them in a moment. When you surround one glowstone with 4 of those, then you'll get yourself this slime lantern, which is a very cute lantern. It has a cute little slime face on there. Very adorable. But it kind of looks like he's winking. Like there's like one eye closed, then the other eye is open. It definitely looks like that. And finally, we have a new type of soup, the slime soup. This is probably something that you should not eat because it's basically putting slime in a bowl. Go ahead and put one bowl in there, grab your slime balls, and here we are. We put our slime in the bowl and we can now eat it up. Here goes nothing. Bottoms up. You know what? And it tastes that bad. Like I don't eat that much slime, but that slime stew, it definitely tasted pretty good, but it could use a little bit more spice. The slime stew will give you 3 hunger points back or 1.5 bars. It will also give you jump boost 2 for 8 seconds and resistance 2 for 5 seconds. But however, there is a 45% chance that you will also get hunger 1 for 30 seconds and nausea 2 for 20 seconds, which I think we're about to get right now. So let's go ahead and eat this up for a little bit and let's see if we can actually get, okay, there we go. So we got our nausea and we got our hunger. So there is a small chance that the stew is going to taste very bad. I cannot stand nausea so much. And with that being said, now time to look at the new mob, which is called the slimy zombie. The slimy zombie will spawn in the slimy sewers. They spawn in large hordes of 4 to 7. They throw ardent slime balls at enemies, which will deal 7 damage, and that's without any armor. When you kill them, they drop rotten flesh and they will drop the slime balls. And this is what the slimy zombie looks like. One thing I like about him is that it actually looks like he's glowing in the dark because of the slime around him. Now one cool thing about the design of the zombie is that it actually glows in the dark. So if you're like in a very dark area, then you're going to see the slimy zombie because the slime does end up glowing in the dark. So we're going to go to survival mode. So I placed down 4 slimy zombies, because this will probably be one of the scenarios that you're more than likely going to run into. But there are zombies, so when you get close enough, they will start throwing those slime balls, which it is going to pack a punch if you have no armor on whatsoever. Now do keep in mind that I am wearing the Luminite armor, which is going to be one of the armors that you can get throughout this add-on. And it is as good as netherite. And without the armor, you're going to be taking 7 damage per hit. Now, matter of fact, I think the zombies are having trouble getting on the slime. Yeah, the zombies are not moving at all. So Ankit, if you're watching this, I found a bug for you. But to be honest, it kind of makes this biome a lot easier because the zombies aren't going to be able to come after you. So this might actually be beneficial for you. So if you ever wanted to expand your Minecraft Underground experience with some brand new biomes, this is the add-on that you definitely need to get. With the addition of Caves and Cliffs on 1.18, we only got 2 new biomes. And with the addition of these new biomes, it should make your underground a lot more interesting to explore. If you guys happen to enjoy today's video and you want to see more add-on showcases, then make sure to subscribe and leave a like on today's video. I do add-on showcases all the time on the channel, and most of the time I find some really cool ones. And if you guys would like to get this add-on, there will also be a link down below in the description. For now, I hope you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye!